taking shots at the enemy. I'm gonna make it to the top, leave a legacy. If I got something to say, you better let me speak. Turn it up a new degree, bitch, you ain't seen anything. I pop off with the new rock, electronic, blow the sonic roof up. I'm too honest when I take a few shots. They're too toxic, need to take the noose off. And you cannot save me, 'cause I don't need saving. It's everything I've been chasing, all here for the taking. Don't wanna test your luck with me, I think I've had enough disease. I'm sick of all the bad thoughts, people who are half-nots.
You were not as tough as
Dagenham, are we ready?
Denzel Mack, are you ready?
I'm ready, the people are ready, let's go!
Well, welcome to WrestleForce TV. It's Ollie Peace here on the commentary station. And we've got our second match tonight here at the Fan Show Hall in Dagenham. Denzel Mack versus Khaido. A whirlwind Khaido, one half of the First Class Flyers. And Denzel Mack, one half of Black and Gold. In fact, these two did meet in tag team action last year at the Ilford Sports Club. I do hope I didn't hear Denzel just swear there. Nice escape. Denzel with the size advantage, but opting for a very agile maneuver to switch that wrist on. Khaido with a very agile escape of his own. Backflipping good. Runs into an arm drag though. Trips Denzel's foot out. Trip from Denzel, lateral presses, oh nice, and managed to float up and sit on his back. Khaido, what an escape. I've seen many people kick out of a lateral press. I don't often see people manage to float out and end up sitting on their opponent's back. Khaido just got chopped though. Khaido with a headlock on Denzel. Denzel shooting Khaido off, and yes, I thought so. Khaido does not have the size to knock his larger opponent down. Denzel, on the other hand, that's two knockdowns to Khaido, and catches crossbody attempts. Oh, just throws him down. Another shoulder block. Denzel's firmly taking control. Khaido is reeling. Sustained about 4 blows. He's gorilla pressed! Or is he? Yes, he is! Denzel really showing his power. Just holding him up. And, oh, press slam. I think Khaido tried to land to his feet, didn't quite make it. And that was a nasty landing. I hope Khaido's okay.
You said we should finish him?
Mostly a favourable reaction to that question. And we've got the Mortal Kombat style chant. Well, Denzel's a popular one here. Khaido though, good tenacity, elbowing his way out of that fireman carry. Forearm smash to thwart whatever charging attack Denzel Mack had in mind. Denzel charges again, a Kofi Kingston style evasion out the corner. Khaido's too quick. Nice slide in roll up. Very neat. Ducks that clothesline. Whoa! I've never seen a Hurricane Rana executed that way before. And a kick. Khaido's turned this right around. Star press from a standing position. And now we'll finish him for Khaido, it seems. Both of these gentlemen so popular. Whoa! Well, whatever Khaido was going for, Denzel's just caught him in midair. And now a stalling suplex. Lands it. Denzel, a big strong guy. If you're giving up size on him, you've really got to bring it. Not even jumping with your full body weight will knock him down. At least not on that occasion. Denzel caught Khaido mid-air, straight into that suplex, stalling suplex maneuver. Khaido smashed headfirst into the buckle. Denzel in control, another headfirst smash into the buckle. Denzel now taking control of the wrist, ascend again across the ring. Corner posting, back body, oh good heavens! Oof, what a landing that was. Well, Denzel with a bodybuilding pose, getting a few claps. I don't think people were much more behind him when he incited that finishing chant. I think people want to see a fight, a scrap, a great wrestling contest, and not so much a pose down. Robert applied from Denzel to Khaido. Khaido, oh, trying to get his way out of it, but ate a back club. And it was a quite good back club. It gives me a run for money on my back clubs. Ooh, a fine uppercut. That's a fine European uppercut. That I could not do better. Repeated shoulders to the gut now. Denzel making the most of his advantage. Now it's Denzel on the middle rope. Oh, my goodness me! A double stomp. Paul London's been doing some seminars in the country. I wonder if Denzel picked that mushroom stomp up in one of those seminars. I'll have to ask him. But I don't expect Paul London or anyone with common sense would have taught Denzel Mack to jump around as he was doing right there. He just got enziguri'd through a clothesline. It was intercepted and he got kicked right in the face. And now the crowd, yes. Well, crowd want to see someone finish someone. Presumably it's for Khaido, because Khaido's on top. 2 forearm smashes, knocking Denzel down twice. Ah! Holy crap! Shades of Jeff Hardy, except Jeff Hardy runs up one rope at a time. Khaido went straight to the top in one motion. Let's go! Launcher to the outside. Holy cow. That tumbleweed was very impressive. Khaido looking for something else impressive. Springboard! Cross press! But only a 2. Khaido's definitely, his high flying's definitely being put to good use against the larger opponent. He's repeatedly knocked Denzel down with the high flying maneuvers. Just as I say that, he's hooking the arms. Yes, this is not going to pay dividends. Back dropped. He's still got the arms though. Oh, he's ended up in a pin. That was almost the end of the match. Oh, a forearm smash from Denzel to Khaido. Fireman carry. Oh, gutbuster. That could be all. Khaido had a strong advantage when he was coming off the top rope. He lost the advantage the moment he went for presumably Angel's Wings, or was that going to be a double underhook powerbomb? Whatever it was, I don't know. Denzel backdropped his way out of it, and since then, Denzel's regained control. Indeed. The crowd will respond to both guys. They're both fan favourites. Torture rack! Khaido landed at his feet. Oh my gosh! That was Khaido with a Spanish fly on Denzel. I mean, a standing Spanish fly at that. 450! That's gotta be it. Let's ring the bell and thank you for joining us. Oh my God, it's not it. Khaido's as shocked as I am. And Khaido's the one who just thought he had the victory, but actually in fact doesn't. Khaido pulling Denzel back up. Forearm smash. And another. Khaido wants to be very careful here, because if Denzel trades, it's advantage to Denzel. Or is it? Or is it? Both men are trading quite evenly. Forearms being exchanged. That's 3 in a row from Khaido. Well, I take that back. Maybe that is no, just as I say. Oh, a kick to the face. Now Denzel's reeling. Denzel with a kick of his own. The first one was ducked, the second was not. Handspring! Knee to the face from Khaido to Denzel. Khaido inciting the crowd behind him. Looks like we're looking at another springboard. A second springboard crossbody. Oh, he was caught in midair! He was caught with the cutter in midair! And now Denzel up top! Splash! And Denzel isn't even done, my goodness me! Torture rack! I don't think Khaido's going to get to his feet this time. Another cutter! That's got to be it. Let's ring the bell. Let's ring the bell indeed.
The winner of this match, Denzel Mack.